So we were trying to figure out what was triggering John's allergies. That's why we started using the Yuka app. So that's what we want to talk to you about today.
And it's not wine. So what all started this was that it seemed to me that right before I was going to bed, get ready for bed, brush my teeth, and get relaxed, I would start coughing and coughing and coughing. And it was like, what is generating this? Is it dust? Is it, allergens? Is it not vacuuming enough, et cetera, whatever, all these things run through your head. So I decided, well, maybe it has something to do with toothpaste. So.
And what made you think that?
Well, I don't know. It seems like I wasn't coughing, and then as soon as I brushed my teeth and got into bed, it started. And,
right.
And it was, is it coincidence? Is it something to do with toothpaste? You start putting some of the pieces together and thinking, well, maybe it has something to do with that. I mean, let's try something,
And that's what would trigger it, because then what would happen is he would cough throughout the rest of the day. Like the next day he would cough,
but mostly at night.
But he retired a year ago. Even before he retired, his cough was up to about 6 months. He had this cough for a long time. We didn't know what it was, and we were thinking, is this like long COVID or what is this? And his sister had some respiratory issues. So I even, like about 6 months ago, I asked the doc. Well, I asked you to ask the doctor to do a lung scan.
Chest X-ray.
Or chest X-ray, just to make sure everything looked okay. Right. So he did. He did a chest X-ray. Everything looked well. The doctor could not figure out why he had this cough. And
everything came out perfect. Good.
Yeah. In the meantime, we were vacuuming the house like crazy. We were trying to dust. We live out here in southern Colorado where it is dusty all the time.
Dry, very dry.
Yes. And then we have this, it's not the Room, it's the Shark brand vacuum. Well, we were using that regularly to go under the bed and I took everything out from under the bed. So I wasn't even storing stuff under there, because we do have carpet in our bedroom, which I do think at some point we should rip that out.
Yeah, put some hardwood or some laminate or something. Yeah.
So that's what was happening. We were dusting and vacuuming, but the cough would last throughout the day. But he just noticed it was like right after he brushed his teeth, it would be a trigger. Like his throat would feel, like you even said your throat felt like it would close up.
Yeah. So that takes us to the app that we've been using with food items as well as toothpaste. So we did a scan of the current toothpaste I was using at the time.
Which was a Crest brand, but it doesn't matter, just that that was, could have been any brand. It was just that was the one he was reacting to.
Yep, the Pro-Health, I think.
Pro-Health.
Yeah. So I said, hey, let's try something different. And so we scanned one of the Burt's Bees brand, and it's the charcoal
Burt's Bees.
Yeah, so Vicki's going to put a link on there. And when I first looked at this, I'm like, oh gosh. I mean, I put it on my toothbrush, and it's like black. It's like it's got like charcoal in it, and I'm like, do I want to put this in my mouth? And so, but anyway, it actually does a good job. I'm a wine drinker, so the charcoal probably helps clean some of the red wine that I'm drinking.
You drink coffee and wine.
Yeah, coffee and wine, right. So anyway, it's one of those things we tried. Let's give it a shot. And it seemed like the first night we saw an improvement. And so I've been using that ever since. And
his cough's gone.
I don't have any cough anymore.
Your cough has been gone for 2 months.
Yeah.
And that's the only real difference that you made. So we talked to the doctor about it. And our doctor is, he's really good, and he really likes to kind of talk to us about how food affects us. He's our primary doctor, but he's really big on just saying, okay, let's watch it. Got to watch your diet and things like that. So
yeah. So anyway, it's been amazing. and it seems like, my breathing has been better, not restricted, because it seemed like it was restricted. And I don't know if it was something with the bronchial tubes or something.
We were getting really worried.
Yeah, you try to analyze it and see what is going on. You try to think the answers, but there must be some ingredients that and maybe it's just for my body type. There's some reaction to
because I
whatever's
have
in
no
it.
problem with the Crest.
Right.
I can still use it.
Yeah.
I mainly use the Burt's Bees now, but
Mhm.
the Crest doesn't bother me at all. So it's definitely him.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on, and
Yeah.
but we've been using the app to look at other foods and ingredients and seeing what's going to help us to maintain a healthy and vibrant lifestyle. That's what we're all about, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, definitely I eat plenty of things that will not pass the Yuka test.
Yeah.
I always, and on my vlog, sometimes I'll say, this doesn't pass the Yuka test. And I should probably explain for anybody who doesn't know what Yuka is, but I have done a video on that, and I'll link that in my description if you don't know what Yuka is.
Right.
It's an app. And how did I can't even remember. Oh, our friend recommended it.
They were using it.
And she's a really good friend of mine, and we do a lot of things. We travel together, we camp together, so we're always planning our meals together. So we're always looking together, like, okay, here's what I found that didn't pass. This doesn't pass the Yuka test. But like I said, we just and I did pay for it. It was like I did the paid version, which was like I think $15 for the year, but that was totally worth it. I mean, when I think of what we went through and the worry, we were worried. It was to the point where he was going to go have some blood work done to see if you were genetically predispositioned for, what is that? COPD. He's never smoked, anything
what
like
are those
that.
things that people put on their face at night?
Yeah, apnea, sleep, like for
PPAPs?
sleep apnea. Yeah, PPAP.
CPAP.
Is that the name? Yeah. CPAP.
CPAP.
Yeah. We don't need a PPAP yet. I don't know what that is, but we don't need that yet.
Yeah, let's cut that out. We don't need that.
We don't need that.
Yeah, CPAP and all that
CPAP,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not breathing at night and
Yeah.
your lungs are closed, your bronchial tubes are restricted, then you're not going to sleep good, and you're not going to get enough air, and be waking up not getting quality sleep. And just a disclaimer that it did scan wine, and it says the effects of wine.
Yeah, they don't rate wine, but it says,
or alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, but they don't rate it. They just say the effects of it. So.
But I'm rating this red wine that I'm drinking right now, and it's excellent.
It's excellent, yeah. Well, you guys, if you follow my vlog for any length of time, he likes his wine.
Red wine.
Red wine. He only drinks red wine.
That's right.
So, and I only drink cheap whiskey. If we're being honest. My son has bought us some more expensive whiskey, trying to get me to, I guess,
acquire a
taste. But I have this one whiskey that I like, and it's very inexpensive, and it's the one I drink. And what is it? Mount Royal, right?
Yeah,
light.
It's Canadian light.
It's Canadian light.
Whiskey.
That is my favorite whiskey, and it's very inexpensive. So that's what I do. So, but I don't drink much. I only put a tiny bit in a soda. I like Pepsi and or Coke and whiskey. That's my drink. Very little amount of whiskey. So. That's our video today. We just thought, I've been wanting to do this for a while and come on and talk about that Yuka app and what really motivated us to try it, and how, because I don't think we even ever talked about this, but I was really worried about his cough.
Yeah, I was worried about it too.
What's
causing this?
And it was chronic. It was a chronic cough for over a year, and we could not figure it out. The doctor could not figure it out. And he tried allergy medicine, like the regular
nasal sprays.
Yeah, and prescription nasal sprays and all kinds of stuff, trying to figure out what is causing this cough.
Right. And it even affected my workouts. I would go, downstairs to our home gym, work out, and just getting on the treadmill and trying to do 30 minutes of some pretty good walking and running, and it was like my trying to get enough oxygen in my lungs was sometimes a challenge. So
Yeah.
anyway,
But he is so much better, and it within a few days. I mean, it was noticeably
Right.
better, and I'd say within a week the cough was gone. And so,
Yeah.
so if you have a chronic cough, you know, go to the doctor, try to figure it out, get the test that you need to get. Don't neglect that part because you don't want to mess around with a chronic cough. At the same time, that's food for thought. Okay, we're not medical experts. We are not qualified to give you any kind of medical advice. I would not recommend taking medical advice from us at all. Do not. That's our warning. Don't take medical advice from us.
Yep.
And you know, but I will say,
Don't mean to interrupt you.
yeah.
Is that supposed to be flashing or should it be solid?
No, it's good. It's on. It's fine.
Okay, I was looking at the
I got the microphone. He's looking at this little microphone.
Because
right
I know
here.
sometimes if it's not solid, then we're like, okay, we're trying to talk 20 feet away to the phone, and
Yeah, hopefully this comes. Hopefully you guys. We don't have to refilm this.
this
But,
is a one take. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
telling her this is a one and done. If it doesn't go this time, then it ain't gonna do
Yeah.
a second take. So
Yep. All right. Well, that's our video. So if you know somebody who has a chronic cough, just something to think about. And the Yuka app was really good. We are not an affiliate of Yuka, and we get nothing if you decide to check it out. Just FYI, this is just us passing on a little, hopefully helpful information to you. Don't disregard like the effects of the foods and the things that we're putting in our bodies
right,
on our health. It
Absolutely.
cannot be overstated. So.
amen.
Amen and amen.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, that's our video. Oops, that's our video today. And let me know if you want John to join us more. I keep trying to tell him we could talk together. There's lots of things I have in my mind about what we could talk about. So let us know. Maybe
Yeah, the guest appearances and the green room pay is just not up to snuff.
it's not good at all, but hey.
Cheers to that.
All right. Thanks for watching. Take really good care, and let's keep on keeping on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.